Hey team, we are talking about making your graph and setting up your data table. So this specific video is about setting up your data table. This video is about people that are comparing 5 categories of things. So if you're comparing 5 categories of things and your outcome is probably also a category from the spreadsheet, you need to find. You won't be here on the 2 IV intervals. You need to go to 5 IV interval categories. So click on this tab. So this student is comparing in the example 5 categories. They compared 5 categories of music. So their first column is their independent variable, right? So the 5 categories of music that are their independent variables intervals are hip hop, Latin, pop, country, and oldies. So if this is for you in this right video, go ahead and stay with me. So in the first column, you're going to put your independent variable intervals. This very first heading, go ahead and put your independent variable here. Is it music genres? Okay. Are you comparing 5 types of shoes? Are you comparing 5 types of chips? What 5 things are you comparing? Whatever that description is of those things. Okay. Whatever that description is of those things, your independent variable, you might need to open up your rough draft, go find your independent variable, and then come back and type it in. So you're going to type in your independent variable. I'm going to type in brackets, independent variable. You, just like the example, don't need brackets. You should not have brackets. I'm typing in brackets so that you know, okay, that you need to fill in the brackets with your own independent variable. One thing this example did wrong, this example should have parentheses and then all of the different types of music that are being compared. So hip hop, Latin, pop, country, oldies. And I know it looks weird and it looks like it's going to type over across other things. It's not. Okay. So in parentheses, you're going to put the 5 treatments, your 5 independent variable treatments, your 5 intervals, the 5 different things you're comparing. Okay. So now this has the independent variable first, and then in parentheses, okay, you're going to come in, put a parentheses, and then type in all of your IV intervals. So IV interval 1, IV, type in your actual intervals, right? I'm typing in examples here. You're going to replace this with the 5 things you are comparing. Okay. And I put that in brackets. Everything in brackets, you replace the whole thing with your answers, just like we've been doing this whole time. Okay. Now, in the first box, you're going to type your first IV interval 1, right? Again, I'm putting it in brackets because you're going to replace the whole thing with your IV interval. What are you comparing? The first thing you're comparing. The next specific treatment you're doing. What are the specific things? That's what IV intervals are, right? IV treatments are specific things being compared. Okay, is it sleeping with no pillow, sleeping with a pillow, sleeping with no blankets, sleeping with blankets, sleeping with pillow and blankets, whatever it is that you specifically changed, you're going to type in. Okay, so we have finished the first column, which which is our independent variable column all the time, right? Now we need to do our dependent variable and our dependent variable units. Okay? So you are going to, here their dependent variable was mood, and their DV units was a scale of 1 to 10. Then they put trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, trial 4, trial 5. Okay? So you're going to put your DV. Go look it up if you don't know it. Go look at your rough draft of your experiment. Okay? Come back when you know what your dependent variable is and what your dependent variable units are. Again, the units are going to go in parentheses. Okay? DV units. Okay, the units are going to go in parentheses. Whatever your dependent variable units are, those are going to go in parentheses, just like scale of 1 to 10 was their DV units. Then you're going to type trial 1. Okay? This is the same thing you need for the next box, except for the next box, you need to say trial 2. So double click on it to edit it, and then you can just type trial 2. Paste it again. I'm copying it from the first box, pasting it into the next box, and double clicking on it. So I can change the number to trial 3. Then pasting the same first box, double clicking on it. I can edit and change it to trial 4. Pasting it from the first box, double clicking on it, and then changing it to trial 5. Okay, you now have set up your second column, right, which is your dependent variable. Okay, your second column, which is your dependent variable. Now you're going to be putting whatever it is that you measured. So I know some students that did things like happy, sad. Okay, they actually ended up measuring categories, right? Content, right? Whatever those are. Yours might be, like the examples down below, numbers. Okay, that is also fine. Yours might be like numbers down below. Your measurements also might be numbers, like the examples down below. Go ahead and type in those appropriate numbers. So when you're done, this part of the table should be done, okay? That's the part you need to get done. When that is done, go ahead and submit your data collection. Okay, go ahead and submit your data collection. If you have questions about this, please come in at lunch and get help. I'm happy to walk you through it.